Let's start in Johannesburg, where officials have just made some arrest in the morning blitz to cut off illegally connected water lines.
If you call the Nigerian police on call and tell the Nigerian police that there's these robbers that are robbing somewhere, do you know what the Nigerian police will answer you? Instead of the Nigerian police to come, instead of them to come to attend to that case immediately, the Nigerian police will start asking you silly questions on phone. The Nigerian police will ask you, where are they robbing? If you say the name of the place, the Nigerian police will ask you, are they robbing with gun or they are robbing with knife or whatever? If you say they are with gun, the Nigerian police will ask you, what kind of gun are they holding?
No, you're definitely going to tell them that they are robbing with sticks. They are robbing with broomsticks. Crazy and insane people, criminals. You see, just like this guy is saying, first of all, pardon my manners, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode right here on the Stable of Life of an African Woman. It's another hot, interesting, juicy, and most importantly, expository episode. So your opinions are valid. It's another one, guys. And I am so furious and anxious to really give my opinion about this. First of all, I stumbled on this video, yes, of the Nigerian police, what they do. I've got so many topics like this about Nigerian police, Ghana police, and I have not really deliberated on the South African police, and because I've not really taken my time to research to understand that, right, about the Saps of South Africa, right? But one thing I know for sure is that majority of Nigerian police, not all, are crap. They are recruited criminals. They are what? Recruited criminals, majority of them. In fact, it's as though people who retired in criminality or who are practicing criminality are majorly the ones that apply for this Nigerian police force. And that's why everything about the Nigerian police force, it's upside down. It's upside down. I've had my own share from the Nigerian police force. I shared that in one of my channel, but for today, we will be reacting to this video of this young man as well as the current update of illegal foreigners in the country South Africa. Like I said, I will be following up these illegal foreigners for South Africa, updating you guys currently what is going on until we get to the point where all of them are being fished out and treated accordingly, whether by deporting them whatsoever. We'll get to that point. But first of all, I'm definitely going to dwell on the point of comparison here, but on the point of exposition. And reasons for exposing these things is for a clearer picture and understanding, so that we as individual citizens of different countries will understand when we talk about where the problems, the challenges and crises facing us as citizens of different countries are coming from. Just as we have that of the leaders, corruption embedded in them, we also have in these armed forces like different units and departments. And for today, like I said, we are touching on the Nigerian police, right? And I would say, just like their slogan, Nigerian police is your friend. Nigerian police is your number one enemy. In fact, if you see an armed robber and you see a Nigerian police, run to that armed robber rather than the Nigerian police, because you will never detect the difference between an armed robber, a criminal, and a Nigerian police. What even makes it more suitable for them and better is that they are also armed. So it's like giving an already made criminal, trained criminal, born and breeded criminal the license to operate by giving him arms, right? This is what we experience in Nigeria, and that is what led to the SAPS protest, which is a unit of the Nigerian police, because it got to that point where the SAPS, special unit for what, special anti-robbery squad, something like that, was really keen and bent on destroying all the youth of Nigeria, unaliving them in bundles, like in groups, in numbers, throwing them into the dungeons, throwing them into the waters. In fact, these people were doing the unthinkable until it got to that point where at the end of the day, Nigerian youth had to come out to say end SARS in Nigeria. And after that, I think the unit of SARS, subpedared. If they have completely been eradicated, I don't know. I can't say for now, but we don't get that as much as we used to, right? And this is to say that it has to do with the kind of security agencies we have in Nigeria, which is a part and parcel of the problem we face as Nigerians. So before I go further to say anything, I would just like us to hear from this guy, what he has to tell us about the Nigerian police. Briefly, I will come back and deliberate more on that.
Continue with this kind of content is because I have not made my points completely. I cannot make all my points completely in one video, proving that South Africans are better than Nigeria. South African country is better than Nigeria. Now, today I'm going to talk about our Nigerian police and South African police. Now, let's compare it to show that there is a far difference between these two people. A Nigerian police, if you call a Nigerian police on call and tell the Nigerian police that there's these robbers that are robbing somewhere, do you know what the Nigerian police will answer you? Instead of the Nigerian police to come, instead of them to come to attend to that case immediately, the Nigerian police will start asking you silly questions on phone. The Nigerian police will ask you, where are they robbing? If you say the name of the place, the Nigerian police will ask you, are they robbing with gun or they are robbing with knife or whatever? If you say they are with gun, the Nigerian police will ask you, what kind of gun are they holding? Is that not foolishness? How will you know a gun that an armed robber is holding to come and rob you people? The same Nigerian police will ask you, if the robbers, if they are shooting, where they are robbing, if they are shooting. Imagine the foolish questions the Nigerian police will ask you before they will come to attend to a robbery case. If you say yes, that they are shooting, do you know the funniest part of it? In Nigerian police will tell you, now that you have called us, before we attend to this case, you will pay for all the bullets that we are going to shoot if we are going to shoot at them back. It's just a simple truth. If anybody doubts me, I will go and get a video. I will get a video and play it for you people. If you doubt me, if you doubt me and say something in the comment section, or I will bring a video that it happened and play it for you guys. But if you call a South African police, say, they are robbing here, piam, within a twinkle of an eye, the South African police is already there attending to the case. Before you know it, haircuts are everywhere. Not only haircut, siren everywhere. Before you know it, the armed robbers are surrounded and the rest. Since I have been in South Africa here, every street you enter, you will see South African cops, you see their police, they are patrolling everywhere. In Nigeria, patrol. There's nothing like patrolling in Nigeria. The only thing the Nigerian cops do is they stand on the road to stop cars that are moving freely on their own, collecting 50 naira from them. You can never come to South Africa and see where a cop is stopping cars just to collect money. Lie. You will see that in Nigeria, when the cops are on the checking point, like, you know that they are not there to check for armed robbers, or they are just there for that 50-50. They are not even going to search your car. They will not ask you for papers or whatever. As you're stopping, you know that what they need is that 50 naira. You will just bring 50 naira and give them. All the car that crosses that street must pay that 50 naira. Just imagine the kind of government we are running in our country. So tomorrow Nigeria will now come out and now say, South Africa, Nigeria is better than South Africa. Okay, shut up. Shut your mouth up. I cannot even finish comparing. Where will I start? Where will I begin? Before you go and write statement in Nigeria, you will pay. For a cops to come and arrest somebody, you will pay. You will pay for their fuel money. You will buy fuel for the car. You will pay 7,000, 10,000 naira before a cops will follow you in Nigeria. But in South Africa, it's not like that. Where will I start comparing? I think Nigeria, you people should go and rest. Go and rest. You will see truth like this. You will see truth. You will cry blindfold and blindfold your eye like this. And you will blindfold your eye like this and be arguing what you don't know. I mean, go and rest. You can't even compare in any way. South Africa is far better. There's no comparison.
Yes. It's like that because at the end of the day, like I said, they are criminals. Because make it make sense when a police, you're calling for help, for rescue, they're asking you unnecessary useless question. Because most times I tell people, these people are partners in crime with the armed robbers, because they know already that there's a robbery incident going on there. They just say all these things, use all these things as delay tactics, so that while they are cross questioning you worthless and useless questions, the robbery is going on, and before you know it, the people are done, the robbers are done, and they will finish and go. Then at the end of the day, they pretend as though they don't know what happened. They will not come when the armed robbers have given them information. On several occasions we have come to experience and notice that they will not give them information that we are done robbing. You people can now come and pretend as though you're doing your job. Useless set of people, useless criminals, worthless criminals. You see, the worst thing that will ever happen to you is to have anything to do with Nigerian police or going to the Nigerian police station. I'm telling you, it is the worst nightmare ever, because even the staff themselves are trained criminals, both men and women. They are wired in a way that they are mentally unstable, and they want to, inflict those their mental deficiencies on you. You are talking and expressing yourself is a problem to the Nigerian police. You don't talk, they will say, why are you keeping quiet on me? You do this is a problem, you do that is a problem. They are like plagues that need to be avoided completely in this life. As long as you're a citizen of Nigeria, anything that will bring you in line with Nigerian police, avoid it at all costs, because these people and corruption and evil and crime are like 5 and 6. In fact, no difference, like I tell you. Do you know that to the point that armed robbers would connive with police, they will give them their guns and do all sorts of things? I'm not mixing my words. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, we've had series of cases, incident happening all over the internet, all over the media. Right? At the end of the day, when it's being investigated upon, you see that in one way or the other, these people are involved. These police people are involved. Like, if you have 100 of Nigerian police, best believe that 70% are into corruption, this crime we're talking about. The just 30% are the innocent ones that have dedicated their life to live and serve God. Yes, live and serve God and do their job diligently. And they are not even given the space to operate and talk, because of the high rate of corruption in their midst, in their unit. Every Nigerian want bribe. Every Nigerian police want bribe. Whether you have your documents, your papers intact, the case is for you or against you, they want bribe. What kind of a country is this? And we are talking about change. Where do we even want to start from? I'm happy that at least somebody like this as a Nigerian can attest to this, right? And it leads me to the point where I want to say these are the same individuals that we have in a different species as illegal foreigners, illegal immigrants, as Nigerians, as different citizens that leave their country with this evil, criminally minded character and personality to other people's country. You see, to other people's country. And what happens? They will stay there and begin to perpetrate evil, perpetrate crime, mess up the city. Guys, I saw this video of Johannesburg in South Africa of what illegal immigrants are doing there, and I could not hold back my pain. I could not hold back my discomfort and grief. I was like, is this how these people are destroying other people's country, destroying other people's city in South Africa? Like the wickedness, the dirtiness, the in fact the evil these people carry from Nigeria, they take it down there to South Africa. Let's watch this clip and I'll be right back.
Let's start in Johannesburg, where officials have just made some arrest in the morning blitz to cut off illegally connected water lines. And News from Africa's Zola Sholane now joins us live. Zola, tell us about what transpired.
Well, Aljan, just about 10 minutes ago, we saw police arresting some illegal immigrants that live in this building, this residential building, where Joburg Water is cutting off, illegal water connections, and City Power is also cutting off electricity. So we are told that at this present moment, water is not coming out of their taps because they have managed to disconnect some pipes. But this is a process really that takes a bit of time. And they are also saying that, in many parts of the CBD, especially these buildings that look like abandoned buildings, there are a lot of illegal connections of water and electricity. So they will be going around the area of Hillbrow, especially these buildings. I'm going to ask my colleague to show you where from outside they look like they are not well maintained. So those are the buildings that will be targeted. And I'm also told by Joburg Water, again, Aljan, that there are some businesses here in the CBD that have illegally connected themselves in the grid. One of them is a very big hotel, which I'm hoping that we will be able to go to a little bit later on after the second building that where the water utility will be disconnecting water. Now, this operation is an operation that has been happening for quite some time, and really the water utility is really trying to recover its lost revenue. Billions of rands are lost, due to these illegal water connections that we get to see in the CBD, informal settlements, and some areas in townships. As you can see right behind me, there's law enforcement, there's police, there's JMPD, there's also the community in blue, which is CPF structures from various parts, and this is to really ensure that in case people are resisting this operation or are trying to retaliate, you would remember that we've seen that kind of action, especially at Phumla Mkashi, Aljan, where residents would refuse to be disconnected by the water utility. But we haven't seen that here. It seems like residents are cooperating with the water utility. No one is trying to fight back. But we are told that the water utility is expecting them to try and reconnect themselves to the grid, because this building was once disconnected, and in many cases, shortly after the water utility leaves, then some people will try and see how they can reconnect themselves, especially these buildings that are also, or rather these businesses that are also closer to these buildings. I'm told that anytime from now we will be moving to the second location, Aljan, and that is where we will also be showing you, the impact of, these connections, and also the water leaks that you are seeing within the inner city. They go reported, but nothing really gets to be done. And that is because there's so many establishments and buildings that have connected themselves illegally. And, some of these have been doing this for several years. You would know that in some areas, the utility did mention that some people have been, running on free water basically for over a decade. And it is time for Joburg Water now to see how they can, regain their water supply. They also mentioned, the spokesperson that we spoke to earlier on did mention that they are looking into having conversations with areas that are formalized or not informal settlements as to how they can provide them with water supply and connect them to their water grid and ensure that the water is metered so that such instances are not, experienced. But of course, those are conversations that will be had later on Aljan, after, people maybe will take action and decide to speak to the water utility. As you can see there, water work is still being done by the water utility. It's not a task that takes a couple of minutes, I'm told. It's something that takes a bit of time, and this operation is expected to go on for a couple of hours today.
Now, does it dawn on you now what I'm talking about? Is it dawn on us what I'm talking about? This is committed by illegal foreigners. In fact, we should not even be bothering ourselves, because we know that, or we should know that anything illegal foreigners, illegal, is crime, is evil, is disaster, is confusion, is setback, is destruction. It's evil, it's crime of all shade and standard. So when you hear the word illegal, know that everything about that person is condemned, because you are naturally a criminal to even want to think of getting into people's country the wrong path. You're automatically a criminal. That's a gate pass for your identity. So if they are not stopped, if they are not bundled out of that country, they will ruin that country and destroy that country. They will ruin it and destroy it at the end of the day, and still mock you at the end of the day. They will mock you and say, what do you have in your country? Who do you think you are? What do you think you have? And that is my greatest concern and pain. When I see all these things, and majority of them, you will find Nigerians there. You must find Nigerians there, right? Just like my brother Chimdi has this to say.
Whenever you hear something like this.
And another thing, I know that there's a lot of people in our comments on all these videos asking questions like, why are you always talking about Nigeria? Don't you come from somewhere? Why are you saying this? Don't they do this in Nigeria? What do they do? Listen, if you are trying to find something negative, you go tire. Because guess what? I love Nigeria and Nigerians. I'm married to one after all. So if you have a problem with me getting to know the people, speaking the language, trying the foods, being married to a Nigerian, and so on and such, you go tire, okay?
Just understand, this is a criminality alert. Understand that this is a criminal-minded alert, or criminal minds alert, or an alert for a criminal-minded person. Do you understand the situation? This obviously tells you that this person is a criminal-minded personality, an epitome of criminal mind. And hold on, don't just take my word for it. Let us prove these things together. Now, if you listen to what she said, first of all, she stated something emphatically and said that a number of people have been coming to her comment section telling her this, telling her that if you're waiting for her to say something negative about Nigeria, that you would wait tire. Now, what does this tell you? There is a statement that goes this way: a clear conscience fears no accusation. So for her to come up with this particular statement means that within her, she knows that Nigeria is filled with loads of negativity. That's one of those things. But in a bid to justify her point, which she knows is false, she said she would never say anything negative. Why would she not say anything negative? Recall, first of all, let us understand what she said. She said these are the reasons that she loves Nigeria. But in her mind, she's probably thinking that her statement sounds like this: this is the reason Nigeria is a good country, or why Nigerians are good people. That's the thing I tell you. See, when you affiliate with Nigerians, your IQ begins to go low. Let me tell you, there is a difference between this is why I love this person and this is why I can tell you this person is good, or this is why this person is good, or these people are good. Loving a person could necessarily mean that as a criminal, you would love a criminal. As a good person, you would love a good person. So your particular taste of a thing should not come to the media to justify why that thing is good. Because you love it does not mean it is good. Because it is your opinion does not mean it is a fact. All right, so now that is the second one. The third one is, let us now observe why she loves Nigerians. Number one, the language. Number two, the food. You see, the food, gold diggers, non-disciplined set of people. Number three, because she is married to a Nigerian. Now these things are a bunch of stupid reasons. May someone not make a choice of me because of irrational reasons. In the case of Ghana right now, ask me, why would I'm not saying I love Ghanaians. I'm trying to tell you that Ghanaians are good people. It's not about me or my affection towards Ghanaians. It's about who Ghanaians are and how I can prove it beyond every reasonable doubt. Right? I tell you, South Africans are good people. South Africans are very much enlightened people. It's not about me saying I love South Africans. It's not this is me. I'm not here to speak about me or my selfish interest. You see, anybody that goes selfish is a criminal. Do you understand? I'm not here to talk about Botswana and how I love them. I'm trying to tell you how Botswana people are good people and have 0% criminality. Do you understand the situation? And then the next thing to do is to prove it beyond every reasonable doubt. A person could say I love Nigeria, and I will tell you I hate Nigeria. And I can also tell you now, hating is my personal opinion. But I'm not talking about hating Nigeria or Nigerians. My opinion is that I know that Nigerians are bad people. Nigerians are evil people. It's not about whether you love them or whether you hate them. It's about who they are. Now what remains is, how can you prove Nigerians are bad people? How can you prove Nigerians are not good people? and then here comes the evidence that changes it from my opinion to a fact. You see, Nigerians, I tell people that Nigerians, their educational system had failed. That's why when you hear Nigerians talking, you will never believe that this is a person talking is a graduate, because they don't rationalize at all. Now, this thing I had given or had pointed out is quite educative if you open your heart to it, and you probably would have learned one or two things from it, because your opinion has no right to become a fact if you cannot prove it beyond every reasonable doubt. So in her case right now, she made preference of Nigeria because of 3 irrational reasons, 3 mentally deformed reasons, 3 really stupid reasons. They are very funny reasons. You love a people because of their food. That is an indictment on your behalf. It tells us that you're a glutton. It tells us that you're prostitutional. You understand? When I speak about Ghanaians, I talk about how peaceful they are, their civilization, their approach, their non-criminality. When I talk about South Africans, I talk about how transparent they are, their move to encroach community in themselves. When I talk about Botswana people, I talk about how these people have no criminality in them, how peaceful they are, how innocent these people are. Do you understand? How clear they are of conscience. And these are being proved beyond every reasonable doubt. But when you want to talk about why you love Nigeria, you talk about their food, gluttony, their language, stupidity. Then because you're married to it, that's selfish, and that is criminality. You see, that proves you're a criminal. It proves her to be a criminal, clearly. Does it sink? I think it does. I think it does.
Now you hear it, the criminality in Nigeria, it has damaged the brain, the mindset of so many, even beautiful men and women. You see them, you admire them from afar, but once they open their mouth, the odor that oozes out of their mouth, the jargons, the rubbish that oozes out of their mouth, you will know that they are damaged mentally. They are damaged mentally. When you see a true Nigerian who is reasonable and responsible, they don't hide the evil of Nigerians. As I am, why should I hide it? They don't hide the evil. They don't hide their challenges. They open up and say, this is our problem. This is our issue. This is our pain. We need to address it. And it is addressing your problem by solving it, by handling it, that brings solution and brings growth and progress. But hiding it, pretending, just like you heard in that guy that said Nigerians can pretend, they will never accept their truth. We've been saying these things. And when they hear people who are ready to say the truth, who mean well for the country, they come at you at all costs, at all means. They target you. They, try to throw you. But best believe, let me use this medium to say that before I or someone like me and Chimdi and the rest of us who are standing for the truth, personally, before I picked my mic to speak, know that I am ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I fear no evil. I fear no threat. I fear no bully. I fear no dragging. I fear nothing, absolutely nothing, because I already see it as a battle that I'm fighting, as a destiny, as a curse, a challenge that I am definitely going to go through in order for my name, my path, my voice, my blueprint, my foot to be heard and recognized that I once crossed this path. Even if that's all I achieve on this earth before I leave, I'm fine. That tomorrow, when I will be no more, by the grace of God in my old age, somebody somewhere can look through these videos and say, you did this, you said this, you stood for this, you spoke for this, and you did that. That is enough. Anywhere I will be very happy and fulfilled. Other than I am lying in deceit and self-denial, hypocrisy, and in evil, wallowing in evil. No, I did not come to this world, or I was not brought into this world for that. And the earlier we begin to understand as individuals, no matter whom you are as a citizen, that you have a purpose, you have a calling, and your identity is standing for nothing but the truth. And the best way to stand up is standing up for the truth and nothing but the truth. Hiding in the shadow of your lies, of your problems and iniquities will not help us. It will not help you. So when you hear a citizen of a country, whether be it any country, criticizing the illicit, criminally minded acts happening in the country, they are not the enemies. The real enemies are the ones hiding it. And that's why I don't care at this point the number of bully I get, insult I get at the end of the day, because I know it's not about me, it's about them. How do you expect a mentally deformed and derailed individual to think, act, and behave, if not other than what they display? And I feel pity for most of them, even in my comment section, because I see that they need mental help, they need a rehabilitation, they need a psychiatric home at this point, to get themselves in order, because the dangers, the character, the evil, the crime in Nigeria, the mentality of most Nigerians have been damaged by all these things we are seeing in our society today. And come to think of the police unit, the police department for Nigeria, it is crap, absolute nonsense. I'm speaking for Nigeria. Now you see exactly, guys, if I sit down here and begin to elaborate, expatiate, we will not leave here. So at this point, a lot has been shown, a lot has been said. Let me know your thoughts, your opinion, your input in the comment section, and let's have this conversation rolling. Keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. And I will see you in my next one. But for now, do have a lovely, a blessed, a peaceful, cheerful, and a happy day out there. Ciao, ciao.